Ooh, happy Halloween! Hey everybody, I'm Tyler the Creator.
And I'm Tyler the Creator.
And this is the Tyler and Tyler Show. And we're here to hit you up with our latest playlist segment. A Halloween playlist.
I hate
for
to
your
tell you, but
I
took my mask off like 20 minutes ago.
I'm not going to.
Jesus Christ, you're taking that mask off.
No, it's me.
Oh, shit!
Oh my god! Hey everybody, welcome to this edition of the playlist segment, a segment where we go through our curated playlist and discuss the tracks that are contained on it. We've done this a couple of times for our WWE trip, as well as top 10 Mac Miller tracks. But this week we're going to be going over our Halloween playlist. It's called If Young Metro Don't Trust You, I'm Gonna Spook You. He's retired now, so he's not really actually going to do anything. Total disclaimer for anybody out there that might be afraid that Metro Boomin's going to come to their house.
And just...
He's in the retirement home.
With Cool Keith and MF Doom.
We broke him out.
And Kanye.
Kanye's in there now. It's perfect for getting into the spooky mood or just to listen to some bops. There's not a ton of like spooky songs on here.
We do not play the Monster Mash, even though
I was going to put it on there, but I didn't know where to put it.
The original play was just the Monster Mash 20 times over.
I think we might add the Monster Mash.
No, we are not adding
Yeah, we have. I think we have to. It's great at parties.
I wanted to do a cover of the Monster Mash, but there wasn't like a cover, like a good cover.
I think we should record.
Yeah, we're gonna have to record the cover.
This is after the cover of Electric Avenue. I also want to record a cover of Wake Me Up Before You Go Down.
But that has to be a punk track.
Yeah, this playlist is great at parties, especially the ones you invite us to. We'll come in Bob for Apples. We'll wear some bad costumes. We'll eat all your buffalo chicken dip.
And then we'll piss
in your closet.
Piss in your closet.
We'll dump yogurt on your floor and flood your basement.
Ooh.
If you want to listen to it, there's links to the YouTube and Spotify versions of the playlist down in the description below. This playlist contains 31 tracks and is just short of 2 hours. Without further ado, we've got the first tracks. So first off, we got Kanye West's Father Stretch My Hands Part 1, standout track from one of our favorite albums, The Life of Pablo from 2016. What a fantastic.
And what a good way to start you off with, If Young Metro Don't Trust You, I'ma Shoot You.
It's right on the front. Follow that up with Post Malone's Rockstar featuring 21 Savage from Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
This song is going to be played at every party you go to. And
you might as well be the first one to play it before anybody else can.
Then they won't play it for the rest of the night.
Which will be a real travesty because it's a good song.
I've been in the hills fucking dudes.
After that's Brockhampton with Jover from their latest Iridescence album. This track in particular, I actually find kind of spooky because it's very like jagged and abrasive.
It is their most, looking back on this record, I still feel the same way I do since review, but looking back on this track in particular, this is their most experimental track yet, and I had a hard time realizing that, I guess. But this is also very scary and very intense.
Yeah, it's it's super abrasive, jagged. If you've seen the music video, it's all about like this thermal cameras, or at least like the iridescence effect used on all the characters, all the members of Brockhampton, like walking around and doing Tony Hawk moves and things. I mean, they're all just messing around. But it's kind of like weird, spooky imagery being used. Seeing people like on thermal is weird. I think a lot of people think that too. Joba's scary.
Ooh, the gays.
You gotta watch out for Joba. You don't have to watch out for Metro Boomin. He's not gonna do anything.
Joba would bite your nose off, probably.
Joba would bite your nose off. Metro Boomin's not gonna do anything.
Metro Boomin was like, I got your nose.
Ooh, give it back. All right, after that we've got Death Grip's Black Paint from their latest Year of the Snitch.
This is spooky. This is the spooks.
Everything that they make is spooky.
Ooh. MC Ride.
If you don't be careful, you might run into MC Ride out in the hallway.
There will be at least one person dressed up as MC Ride confirmed at every Halloween party. That is a very easy costume to accomplish. All you gotta do is be
Shave
bald
your head,
and wear skinny
have a
jeans.
gigantic beard, and scream. After that, we've got Oneohtrix Point Nevers, The Station.
A song that's literally like a remake of...
You Got a Friend in Me.
No, it's really a remake of John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
And just an audio form.
Song, basically.
And it was also a part of an EP that came after Age of that I didn't know about until like just recently. That was apparently kind of lukewarmly received. But this song's pretty good. This is one of the tracks where I find Oneohtrix Point Never's auto-tune vocals really cool. It has this nice thick bass to it and this very psychedelic kind of trippy feel, and it's spooky. It brings you to spooks, but it still brings the bops, if you know what I mean.
Wow. After that, we got Guerilla Toss's Jesus Rabbit from their latest record, Twisted Crystal.
Just this thing's so fucking weird. This is like the uncanny valley of weirdness where it's not fully weird, it's just kind of weird, and it's the fact that it's kind of weird that makes it the most weirdest thing possible, because it's just something unattainable, I guess. It doesn't seem real.
Yeah. I think that's how the valley works.
Yeah.
I think. After that is Sir Babygirl's Flirting with Her. Sir Babygirl is not an artist that we've talked about to an extensive amount on the show, but we have been listening to her music as of lately.
And she seems just like a fun gal. She seems like a nice person, and her Instagram feed is the strangest thing I ever seen in my life, and I love it. This song is essentially about flirting, and that's it. But you sense like a lot of character with it, especially in the background vocals of her just literally talking in her nasaliness when she does talk, because her singing voice is very different from how she actually talks, because she kind of talks like this a bit, but her singing voice is nothing like that whatsoever.
It's very powerful. This is bedroom indie pop done right.
Yeah, it's bedroom indie. It has everything I want out of indie pop. It has that DIY sound, but it also have influences from like earlier versions of pop and even contemporary pop. It has like that 90s kind of like feel to it. That 90s kind of like edge or kind of roughness to it. And it just seems very genuine in the subject matter that it is presenting, and just very upfront and forward about what it is. But yeah, this is another track where it's, ooh, the gays. The scariest thing.
After that, we got the Aquabats' Martian Girl from their 1997 record, The Fury of the Aquabats. It's one of my personal favorites. Martian Girl is about a cannibal alien that comes to Earth, and the character kind of like falls in love with her, but she just clearly wants to eat people, and the feelings are not reciprocated. It's a super like wacky song from a super wacky band, but it's also got kind of like a Purple People Eater vibe to it.
Ooh, ska.
I like this is also back in the Aquabats ska days, so that means it's immensely better. I love ska. Next, we've got Lemon Demon's Cabinet Man.
This is essentially the same track, but it's about arcade machine.
Next, we have Clarence Clarity's Fold'em featuring SHADI.
This is essentially the same track, but it's about a piece of paper.
Fold'em is about Clarence Clarity playing Texas Hold'em, and he's not good at it.
And the whole entire time he goes, ooh, Fold'em.
Yeah, this track is also kind of abrasive, but it's got a good pop edge to it. This is probably my favorite track off the latest Think Peace album by Mr. Clarity.
And the abrasiveness comes in more of the forward of SHADI, who essentially serves the role as kind of like generic rapper that's very absurd scene, I guess.
Everything else on here feels like an NSYNC track mixed with like
someone
like Skrillex.
No, it's like someone listened to Death Grips once. Just once.
After that, we've got the HMLTD track Mannequin.
This is straight up just like, it just sounds like Sweet Dreams Are Made of These, but in 2018.
Yes.
It's literally what it is. It sounds just like a club track. It just has this very heavy and thick bass constantly going off. That 80s style bass, that kind of like synth pop, but not really synth pop, has that retro style. It sounds like a club track essentially, and with these very like high pitched, flamboyant vocals that HMLTD are known for. It just has this very specific aura about it that brings this very party like vibe that I really enjoy.
Yeah. After that, we've got Iglooghost Clear Tamei, which is an interesting choice considering Steel Mogul was the darker side of that.
I wanted something more poppy, and this goes through a lot more emotional ships.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be a cooler moment. And a nice cool down moment to the playlist as well.
Yeah, so don't listen to it on shuffle.
Also, Free Tommy.
Free Tommy.
Free Tommy.
After that is Rina Sawayama's Cyber Stockholm Syndrome.
This track is just Mariah Carey in 2018 or 2017.
She's still alive. After that, we've got Everything Is Recorded's Bloodshot Red Eyes, one of our favorite tracks off of the latest Everything Is Recorded. We've raved about this album all year, but Bloodshot Red Eyes feels like an NSYNC track. It feels like very like 90s pop influenced, but it also not like in a bad way.
Yeah.
It grows on you a lot. The lyrics, I think, are very interesting, and I mean, it's just a really catchy track. Like, try to not sing along after hearing it once.
Yeah.
After that is Lil Wayne's Uproar from the Carter 5. This is a relic of the bling era with no Lil Jon. Who is on it, though?
Oh, Swizz Beatz.
Swizz Beatz is on it, yeah. This is just a really fun club track as well. It literally just feels like...
It feels like you're in a club in the peak of the bling era, and Lil
Yeah.
Wayne just so happens to show up.
And there's lean everywhere.
And he spilt lean all over the ground. It's super sticky.
Somebody's leaning on you, and you have to keep telling them to get off, and they're just not listening.
They're like, lean on me when
you're not strong. And they got their lighters out. They're singing, "I'll be your friend."
Lil Wayne's really confused because that's not the song he's performing.
Carry on. Next we got Kanye West and Lil Pump's "I Love It." This song is actually good. Don't listen to Anthony Fantano. Don't listen to anybody else that says that it's a bad track.
It is no, like, people don't understand what's good about this track, and the fact that it is a giant meme. It is nothing more than a giant meme. And anyone said, "Oh, this is Lil Pump's worst track yet," does not understand what Lil Pump has been his entire career, and that has been the most generic sounding person ever, and that's what makes him good.
That's what makes this whole track good, is that it's got super repetitive lyrics. It's really not well thought out at all.
Yeah.
The performances surrounding it are a huge joke, but all in all, I Love It is a great track. And I saw a tweet the other day. It's like, I can't believe that Kanye made Violent Crimes and I Love It within months of each other.
But this is also not the first troll Kanye has given us this year. Lift yourself with
What
the
a troll.
scoop-a-dee
I think the biggest troll, though, was T.I. versus the people.
Because how can T.I. be all the people?
There's too many.
But like, this poopy scoop kind of persona he puts on is the persona Kanye puts on when he's trolling. Yeah. And there's nothing more to it, and I think it's funny. And with the music video, though, it sets up what I think hip-hop is.
It sets up Roblox.
It's
on your computer.
It sets up what I think is very important about hip-hop nowadays, I guess, is the memes, in one way or another, and he makes one of the biggest memes this year with the Roblox characters, and whatever party you go to, this one's actually being serious this time, someone is going to dress up as that music video.
And the song will be played just like Rockstar.
And if you see someone and they're 2D, they're David Byrne. If they're 3D, they're Kanye and Lil Pump. But if they're 4D, Roblox. If you can smell them, Roblox.
After that is Tune Yard's cover of Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, originally recorded by Eurythmics. Tune Yards did a Spotify session a while ago, maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And they only did 2 tracks. They recorded a new version of ABC 123. But then they also recorded this cover of Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. This is like the dream cover that I've wanted all my life, but didn't know that I wanted because I just never thought of it myself. But now that it's happened, I can't think of a more obvious song that they would cover. In my opinion, I like it a lot better than the original. It brings a lot of character to it. Meryl Garbus is bringing the heat with a lot of her like weird synth work, her weird like sampling and looping, as well as her voice perfectly fits this song. Like,
yeah, no, her vocal like loops are what makes this song so special. Like her replicating the synth.
Yeah,
like it doesn't make any sense.
It's like very chopped too. Yeah. It's not like do 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 do. It's like do 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 do.
It's like they like this is straight up their alley. Like this,
yeah.
It doesn't. It makes sense, but at the same time, it was so like random. I didn't think of it.
No, I never would have thought of this myself, but now I can't think of it any other way. This is honestly one of like Tune Yard's best performances.
Oh yeah,
I love this track to death. After that, we've got DJ Jazzy Jeff and the French Prince with Nightmare on My Street. This was a huge, obvious choice because when somebody says pick out a Halloween song, everybody will say the Monster Mash, but I know, real ones know, it's Nightmare on My Street. This is just the retelling of the events of Nightmare on Elm Street by Will Smith. If Will Smith was in that movie and Freddy came to visit him, and Freddy even talks in the song, and it sounds like really bad, but it's really good.
What if Jaden Smith did a remix of this? And then like halfway through he gives up and starts talking about Batman.
I would pay good money to see that. Also, Will Smith needs to be on it too.
He's like, hey son, oh no, there's Freddy Krueger.
This track is the superior Halloween song. I like to play it every year, so make sure that you keep up the tradition. After that, we've got Death Grip Streaky from Year of the Snitch as well. This is one of their most polarizing tracks, but not a lot of people liked this one, but it's honestly one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I put this right next to another track.
Lil Pump's is Skid It.
The reason I put these two tracks next to each other is because I think they're the same type of track.
It really is.
It's just Death Grips was like, what's popular? SoundCloud rap. Who's one of the best people in that scene? Lil Pump. Let's just do our version of Lil Pump. So a very kind of experimental edge to a Lil Pump track. I'm not saying Death Grips ripped Lil Pump or anything. It's just the same type of track.
But I think that they did.
They did it right though. This is my favorite cut off of Year of the Snitch. And people will give me shit for that, but I think it is.
It's my favorite as well.
It's their they sacrifice lyricism for catchiness, but in my opinion, it works out in their favor.
Yes. After that, we've got JPEGMAFIA's 1539 North Calvert, the opening track from Veteran, another album that we've raved about multiple times over this year. So
going in some Lil Pump track into some post-trap.
Yeah, and there we are. This is an amazing track. Next is Aphex Twins T69 Collapse. Do it.
Oh yeah. No, wait, you didn't do it right.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
We gotta replicate that full track. Oh. You gotta do some hi-hats.
Oh yeah. The end.
You don't even need to listen to that track anymore. I did it for you.
That's it. After that, we got Kero Bonito's Only Acting from their latest Time and Place record.
This is
the song is actually kind of scary.
This song is scary. This is Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, the track. It's all about...
It's actually scary.
It's all about falling into a role and then being really depressed afterwards, like Heath Ledger's style. But then it goes into a very experimental sound place where it's just static. And it's creepy. And there's monsters... And I need a hug.
It feels like somebody went under like a trash chute. It feels like somebody fell into a trash chute and then there's like evil boiling beneath a stage.
Yeah.
And they go back up and they're like, just kidding, I'm only acting. That was a good Bjork impression. After that, we got Gorilla's Dracula from their self-titled 2001 record. That was a deeper cut. This is not specifically a song about Halloween, but it's got a very like gothic soundscape.
It's gothic soundscape, but also
it also samples Looney Tunes.
It also takes like from like dub and like reggae.
After that, we got Angelique Kidjo's Born Under Punches, originally done by Talking Heads on their Remain in Light record, as well as her Remain in Light record. This song I think is one of the defining tracks of Remain in Light.
Yeah.
But Angelique Kidjo just adds that African flair back into it. it's just a really good track.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. This song's just impressively catchy.
After that, we got 21 Pilots Jumpsuit. This
is another one that's probably going to be played.
Yeah, it'll probably be played at a party.
But it's also good.
Depending on who you go to a party with.
If you're going to a really white party, definitely Post Malone, Kanye, 21 Pilots. But this song's actually really good. I really like the band chemistry. So
this is the first single off their latest Trench record, and it's actually better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
After that, we got the spookiest track on here, Kids See Ghosts, Kids See Ghost track from the album Kids See Ghost. There's triple ghost action going on here.
Triple ghost flavors going on. Kanye, Cudi, Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt.
But Mos Def joins Kanye and Cudi on this track, and his voice is very spooky in the mood for a track that's all about kids see shit that adults don't.
Yeah, like
ghosts
and goats.
Oh.
After that, we've got Shoo Shoo with Wondering.
Just a very glorious pop track with an experimental edge to it. Nothing more than that.
After that, Santa Gold's Desperate Youth. This is from the Black Panther movie. This just feels regal. This track feels very regal, and the fact that it was in Black Panther is just...
Was it?
I think.
I haven't seen Black Panther, so...
I think it was in the trailers for Black Panther. Anyway, if it wasn't, it should have been. This is Santa Gold's most well-known track, as well as probably one of her best tracks as well. And I just love that, like, creeping synth. It's the Stranger Things theme song.
Yeah.
After that, we got a last-minute entry, Ghetto Boys Mind Playing Tricks on Me. This song, I actually heard a couple of years ago. It's way older than that. I heard it a couple of years ago as part of a Halloween playlist, and it never got out of my head. I think the beat was used by Kodak Black on, what's the song, Teleporter?
Oh, is it the one where he goes, I'm gonna eat a teleporter?
Yeah, I think...
Tunnel Vision? Is that what it is? I went in a tunnel and now I cannot see.
I'm in jail and I cannot see.
They turned the lights off in my cell.
Yeah, I think it was like Teleporter. That song's not that good, but this song is. It's all about this guy who thinks that like people are after him, and he's like constantly like at ends with his own, or he's constantly at odds with his own imagination, and he like beats the shit out of this guy and like kills him, but it's not like anything. He's just punching the pavement. He thinks that there's like a guy behind him, and he starts beating him up, and then it turns out he's just like punching the ground, and he's like, damn, my mind's playing tricks on me. It's really
just the way you explain that track.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. This is like old school gangster rap, which fits in pretty well with the latest or the next entry, Ghostface Killah Saigon Velour remix, which features Snoop Dogg, E40, and Tricky. That Run DMC sings about. This song is, we talked about it last week with Ghostface.
But this version is super Halloween, not because of Ghostface or Snoop Dogg or E40, but by Tricky. He sounds like the ghoul from, what is it? What's the Halloween, or what's the horror show? Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt.
He literally sounds like the thing from there.
Yep.
Just, ooh, spooky. That's his entire verse. I love it. I absolutely adore his verse.
And rounding out this playlist is the most racist song of the year, Warren Zevon's Werewolves of London.
The song we made it the closer, so you and your friends afterwards can actually discuss, is this song racist? We have no idea.
It's not.
It literally looks,
but it could be.
Like, it sounds like a metaphor for just racism.
But as far as we know, it's just not.
It's just actually about werewolves in London. We have no idea if it is. Please tell us in the comments section, is the song
Sound off
racist?
in the comments, is Werewolves of London racist?
Please tell us, we have no idea.
Cite your sources.
Cite your sources.
And I think that wraps it up for our latest playlist segment. Make sure you play this at Halloween. Make sure you play it after Halloween so people ask you what you're doing.
Play it on Christmas.
Play it on Christmas.
Yeah.
Let your family hear this on Christmas.
While they're listening to the Grinch soundtrack, you'd be bumping this. Is that song racist, little Timmy? I don't know.
All right. I think that's it.
That's it for this very strange edition of the playlist. We're going to close it off here. If you want to hear more of our reviews and segments and discussions, we have a weekly podcast every week that takes the best bits of the show and puts them in audio form for you to take on the go. Every week on Apple Music and Spotify, links down below in the description. And I'm going to put up some of our other playlists. I'm going to put up the Mac Miller playlist on screen right now for you to click on. But until next time, guys, I have been Vincent.
I'm Trevor.
See you, boys.
Bye, everybody.